Hello, podcast world. Yours truly. Welcome back to the professional podcast. I told you, Ross, I was gonna open with that. I
I
stuck to
know,
my
but
word.
it's still pretty fucking hilarious.
Welcome back, guys. Episode 12 of the professional podcast. If you didn't get that opening, just look at
Get
OJ
edu-
Simpson's Twitter.
or just get educated. Get with the times.
Yeah, you could also get educated, get a degree, go to college, do that thing you always wanted to do.
Anything is possible.
Exactly. So, for this episode, we actually have a little bit of news, I guess. Other than the fact that we're about to go to war, we're not going to talk about that, but maybe we will.
I still think that's a little bit of an extreme proposition.
I don't know. It do be kind of looking like we're going to war soon. One of these days, I feel like we're going to go to war. I feel like if Trump gets a second term, we're absolutely going to war. Like, that, it's inevitable. But
They'll be met with, what's the Iran tweet? It's like,
oh my
you'll be met
god.
with destruction, the likes of which have never been seen.
In all caps. Still one of my favorite tweets of all time, to be honest. The Iran,
pretty funny.
the Iran tweet, or the one where he tweeted sanctions are coming and with the Game of Thrones edit.
That's also pretty fucking hilarious.
It was pretty funny. He is a pretty
Even though,
hilarious guy.
We're like killing our economy.
Yeah, but like memes. Honestly.
Would you rather have that or Pokemon Go to the polls? 'Cause that was pretty fucking atrocious.
Well, here's the thing
Glance.
about that is we've kind of made that choice, like as a country.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we did.
Personally, I would have taken Hillary, but I couldn't vote at the time. I was only a 16-year-old child, so did not get to vote. I will say though, the only Republican that has ever made me laugh with a meme is Trump. There is no other Republicans that can meme.
Wait, okay, but like George W. Bush was a walking meme.
Yeah, but he wasn't purposely trying to be funny. He just was.
Sometimes he was. Sometimes he was trying to deliberately be funny.
I don't know. I don't remember a lot about George
love
W.
George
Bush.
W. Bush. I think he's fucking hilarious.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I love George W. Bush, but I mean,
Okay, maybe not the president, but the guy was pretty fucking funny. Have you ever seen? I think it was Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
no.
And like the end of the movie, they like it's either the first Harold and Kumar or the second Harold and Kumar. It's like the end of the movie, they just smoke weed with George W. Bush.
I haven't seen either of those movies.
There's like 3 or 4 of them at this point, but it was either the first one or the second one that they just the end of the movie is them smoking weed with George W. Bush, and it's really fucking funny.
Well, that does sound kind of funny, but that wasn't even the news we were going to talk about. The first item, it's not really news. We just wanted to comment on it because we found it really weird. That viral video of the first iPhone 11 being bought
In Australia.
in Australia, like people were like lining up, like it looked like hundreds of people at least. We're just like,
There was a lot of people. I mean, there's always going to be like that line when the new iPhone comes out, even though I feel
Yeah.
like that's very old stuff. Like, that's very 2011, 2012, but they're still going to get that. It's just the reaction. It's like that dude's being heralded as like a fucking war hero or something like that. Like, he just walks out
Bro.
and hoists up the phone, and everyone's like, fuck yeah.
bro,
iPhone."
if you didn't give me like, if you took out the location and context of that video, I would have thought he just like saved someone from a burning building. Honestly, nope, he just bought an iPhone. It's so weird
Hey, man, it takes mad skill and a lot of courage and
to
heart
to buy an
to buy an
iPhone.
iPhone.
Yeah, it does at this point, to be honest. But we talked about the iPhone 11 last week. I don't think either of us have one. I don't yet.
No.
I might get one eventually, but
I want to get the iPhone 11 Pro Max.
the Pro Max.
but it's like $1,100.
Yeah, it's expensive. I don't know. I honestly don't like the I don't like how the cameras look. The cameras themselves are impressive and they're nice, and the
You
quality is
know,
really good.
I like everything about the phone, to be honest, except for the problems listed in last week's episode. My
Mm,
main desire for the phone is the fact that I have an iPhone that's now 3 generations old, which is the iPhone 8
yeah,
Plus.
I have a.
So,
I mean, there was never a 9, was there?
no, they went from 8 to 10 because they
Yeah.
wanted to commemorate the 10-year anniversary of the phone.
So you're only like 2 generations behind, really.
But there was the 10s. So, you think about
That
10,
is that
10s,
does
and
that
then.
count as a new generation of iPhone
Yeah,
though?
yeah, every
It
year is a
does?
generation. Now, the 8 and the 10 came out in the same year, but they were like months apart.
Yeah.
So
I have a
it's
7, so
the phone is 2 years old, but it's 3 generations old. Like the iPhone 8 Plus is pretty much the iPhone 7 Plus,
hmm
just with a glass back and like a better interior.
I still have my
You
7.
understand what I'm trying to say? Oh,
Yeah.
really? That's what you're
Yeah.
using?
That's what I've been using. I've had it over 2 years.
That's crazy.
It still works. Still, I mean, the battery's definitely getting old. I could tell, but still works. Still does its job. It's not really slow or anything. Although, I am definitely not putting iOS 13 on it because I know that would absolutely demolish it.
Yeah, it would.
So,
That would be rest in peace for your
yeah,
phone.
my phone would not be able to handle iOS 13, so I didn't put it on.
By the way, speaking of which, I want to address something, and that is the stupidity of the general populace.
Okay, explain.
All right, so every year during iPhone season,
Hmm
you always see those tweets, and these always they really grind my gears. They really
Are you are you
they really salt my apples.
okay? Are you talking about the tweet with the?
They really boil my piss.
Okay, I think I
You
know what
know?
tweet you're talking about. Is it the tweet with the girl that like said so much for the iPhone's durability?
No,
No, it's not that tweet. Okay.
or just seeking for and retweet.
You,
What
do
I'm
you,
talking about is the people who are like, oh, every time a new iPhone comes out, my phone becomes unusable and ridiculous and it stops working and stuff like that. All right. Let me explain something to the people who think that Apple deliberately does that. One, that's not fucking possible.
okay.
There's not a push button end all be all. It doesn't exist. Apple isn't the fucking FBI or the CIA. There's no fucking button that gets pushed and it's like, oh, well, iPhones don't work anymore. Come give us your money. No, that's not how it works because that's legitimately not possible. No corporation on planet Earth has the power to do that. Not even Disney has the power to do that. And that is
They might though. If I had to pick a company that could get that power first, it would be Disney.
probably. All right. Another thing. Apple does not build their phones for the longevity that everyone thinks they built their phones for.
I think people expect longevity though, but like at this point,
Okay, and Apple phones have the best iPhones have the best longevity of literally any phone out there.
you could say that.
Like you're using a phone that's 3 years old,
Too.
almost 2
Well,
years
the
old.
7. I mean, the 7's 3 years old, but I got it 2 years ago.
Right, so we're both using phones we got about 2 years ago, and they're both working still pretty well, right?
Yeah.
Like an upgrade would be nice, but it's not particularly
No,
necessary.
it's not. It's not a necessity.
But
I,
some of these people are like, "Oh, my iPhone 3GS stopped working because they released the iPhone 11." Yeah, bitch. Your
I don't
iPhone
know,
came out
man.
your iPhone came out like
I don't. I don't know if I could go out in public if I had an iPhone 3GS, bro.
All right, maybe not an iPhone 3GS. That's the third iPhone ever made. But people have like iPhone 6s or 6Ss in 2018, 2019, and they're like, oh, it don't work no more. And that's because, like, yeah, your iPhone's 5 years old.
Yeah, they're like really old. Although the iPhone 6 did kind of slap, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was my first ever phone.
Really?
So I have a very special attachment to the iPhone 6. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to have a phone until high school.
Until high school. Wow. I've had a few phones. I might have gone over this. Maybe I can't remember.
Yeah, we talked about the phones we've had last week.
Did we?
Yeah.
That's gonna be really bad if it was last week. Like I thought I remembered talking about it, but I don't remember last. Listen, I've said this to Roz before. Our conversations now that we've started the show kind of blend. Ever since the show started,
like was this on recording or was this like on?
Discord I remember. If I have many times thought back to a conversation. I'm like, was that on the show or was that just like between us? But yeah, I've had a couple phones. I had my first phone when I was 10. It was a really shitty phone, but it was still a phone.
Does it count if I had like a Tamagotchi?
No, it's not a phone. It's a pet.
An handheld device.
It's not a phone though. See, you skipped the era. You skipped the prime era though, because the prime era was having a shitty phone, but also having an iPod.
Oh no, I had an iPod Shuffle, and I also had an iPod Touch.
Yeah, but you didn't have a phone with it.
No, I didn't. But the iPod Touch was like just a phone that couldn't make calls. You know?
Yeah, I remember trying to get some scuffed texting apps.
Yeah, oh my god. And none of them ever, like, I could never communicate with people.
No, none of them ever. Yes. Oh, man. But none of that was the news we were mainly going to go into. The main thing was...
Wait, I have a third point.
You have a third complaint? Really?
Apple does simultaneous. The fact. And 3, that if you have an old comes out the new iOS that's not really meant to support such an update, yeah, your phone's going to get killed by it. Just like you're saying, you're not going to put iOS 13 in a phone that it was released in 2016 because that's not logical.
Yeah, that wouldn't work. I get what you're saying. You kind of cut it a little, but I get your point.
One of my all-time favorite sayings that I've created is that if you complain about self-inflicted wounds, you need to reanalyze yourself because you're the root of the problem.
That's a really long saying, Ross.
It's not like that's not the entire saying, but it's like you get the main overarching.
That's not the entire saying.
If you complain about a self-inflicted wound, you're a bitch. Because it's your fault.
Right. Okay.
So don't put iOS 13 on a fucking iPod Shuffle, you know?
Yeah. I don't even know if you can, to be honest.
Well, an iPod Shuffle doesn't have a screen, so
that's also true.
Anyhow.
So the main news we were going to try and talk about, we went on a pretty long tangent, was the Tekashi 6ix9ine court case. The man has been snitching up a storm.
Mm-hmm.
I will ask this though: if you were Tekashi 6ix9ine and all this shit happened to you, you would snitch, right? Like,
well, if I was, I think I would snitch if I was being convicted of a crime I didn't commit. But 6ix9ine definitely got with.
Well, that's not snitching.
Girls.
That's not even what he's on. That's not even what he's on trial for.
He's on trial for like
racketeering.
Racketeering, yeah. Mm-hmm. Which he's also,
guilty of. Yes. I'm not saying he's innocent at all. Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. He's not. He's not innocent. My thing is, like, because I saw a poll, it's like, if you were in 6ix9ine situation, what would you do? And an overwhelming amount said snitch. The thing is, though, for me, what makes it different is we're, like, the normal person like you and I, we're not trying to be wannabe gangsters. We're not out here, like, trying to play ourselves off as 9 Trey Bloods. Mm-hmm. Like, we are not. That's not what we're doing at all. We're probably the farthest thing from that. So, But he did. This is what he did. He chose this life on purpose, and no one. He didn't gain any respect. He didn't gain any kind of cred for this, obviously. And
I think you lose respect. To the
yes, exactly. And this is what happens. I personally, I don't feel bad for him at all. In terms of snitching, I mean, I don't agree with him snitching because he did this to himself. He put himself in the spot. He didn't have to pretend to be a member of a gang. He did that to try to further his rap career, if you want to call it rap.
Hey man, the only reason I feel bad is because we're not being blessed with the beautiful 6ix9ine.
He's just not a good artist. He's terrible.
Okay, but he makes bangers.
He doesn't.
So, like, yes, he does. Dude,
There's
come
not.
on.
He has not made
Come
a good
on.
song.
You can't say that with a
Yes,
straight face.
I just said it with a straight face.
No, okay. No, that's
He's
just
not
a
a good artist.
Okay, no, he's not a good artist, but he makes bangers.
Rod, how that doesn't add up. How can you be a bad artist and make bangers?
Oh, like he's not very talented,
No, he has no talent. He just screams.
but he makes bangers.
He doesn't.
But he does though.
Roz. We're not gonna defend a criminal.
Well, I mean, shit. I still listen to a lot of Michael Jackson. And and if the remix to Ignition comes on, then you
hey, all right, that's
jamming.
nah,
So,
nah.
I'm gonna still be listening to the music of people. If I mean, like,
Bro, I don't. Michael Jackson, man, did he ever even get like? Was there ever even a trial, or did he just die?
So live today, they're dead.
If he was alive today, his legacy would be destroyed. But probably.
Well, if they even knew about live, but they were, it's MJ, we're gonna let it slide. So like, I don't know, because people are really only coming after him because he's dead.
I feel like, I don't know. That's a weird situation. I don't know if he did that stuff or not. I haven't really read up on it. I actually don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know if famous people do fucked up shit all the time, so him being guilty of that wouldn't exactly be a massive shock.
Oh no, he definitely was guilty of what they've accused him for. Have you seen the HBO documentary?
I have not.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I still love Michael Jackson. So
His music, anyway. His music.
Well, no, also Michael Jackson. I grew up like idolizing Michael Jackson.
A lot of people did.
Loved Michael Jackson.
A lot of people did.
Their parents loved Michael Jackson, but like, yeah, like even today, my dad's like, yeah, he totally did all that stuff, but like, Alexa, play rock with you.
My God. I feel like that's a big thing in culture is like separating the music from the person.
Yeah.
Because I feel like some people nowadays, they can't do that. It depends on what they did for me. Like, because Michael Jackson, I don't know. Because, like, him, the person, obviously what he did is absolutely terrible. And, I mean, he's dead. He never, faced the repercussions of that. Yeah, but, I mean, the music, obviously, I mean, he's considered the king of pop. I mean, everyone knew who Michael Jackson was and still does because of his music. I mean, kind of the same with R. Kelly. His music had such a cultural impact that he had people defending him after what he did. And it's like, no, you can't defend what he did. That's insanely messed up. That's insane. Like, that's messed up to a level, to a degree that's just like, you don't come back from that. No. Like, there's no coming back from that.
Like, look at what R. Kelly's gone through, There's no coming back.
No, that's what I meant. That's what I was talking about, the R. Kelly stuff.
Yo, killing me with this shit.
The memes from that were pretty funny. I can't
They were
lie.
definitely very good.
That's
I mean,
stupid.
because we can meme someone and not feel bad because they don't deserve sympathy whatsoever.
That's
You
true.
know?
We can meme that and be like, yeah, he deserves it though. I don't know though. I feel like that is becoming more and more prevalent with more and more artists. Like the moral side of it. Like, yeah, this person's music. I might enjoy this person's music, but he did some very awful things. So,
Well,
like, should
we also live in the age of Me Too and cancel culture, so you have to take that into account.
Yeah, that is also true. But that Me Too and cancel culture doesn't excuse the actions of these people. I mean, that doesn't, like, just because it's cancel culture, whatever, that doesn't mean this person didn't do something wrong. You know, this person still did something wrong, and it should be recognized, and their stuff should be taken with a grain of salt.
But I feel like because of the culture we live in, that instigates the finding out of all this dirty work. You know,
What do you mean?
Nowadays, people are more willing to go out of their way to find something wrong that someone has done.
I mean,
Like, do you remember there was like a 2 to 3 week span where everyone and their mothers was accused of sexual assault? Like Kevin Hart, Louis C.K.,
it's
Morgan Freeman, like all these people were literally just, they were like, oh yeah, he touched me backstage one time. Like literally it just happened all of a sudden. Like nowadays people are more willing to go out of their way because people want their stories to be heard, you know? So like I can understand why, but like
I've always been
like because of that, we're finding out more and more about more and more people.
That's not a bad thing for me, honestly.
No, it's not, but like what I'm saying.
My thing is I'm big on like the truth. Like I want the truth. I want, like, if someone did something messed up, and it comes out, I want to know if that's true, and if it is, I act accordingly. If it's not, then move on. I would rather there be, I'd rather there be an investigation of a questionable situation than it just be written off. That's how I see that.
Just to find out if things are true or not?
Yes, just to see what actually happened. That's where my thinking is. But in terms of we were talking about the 6ix9ine stuff. I never even liked his music anyway. I always thought it was bad, which, if you look at it, it is. Hope you're enjoying that drink.
Oh, I sorry. He makes bangers. That's all I have to say.
Bro, are we gonna argue about this now? He's not a good artist.
Not particularly, but he still makes bangers. He's never released a non-banger.
What? No, he's never released a song that I like, or liked anyway. I don't know if he is ever going to make music again.
Fake New Yorker.
No, I'm a real New Yorker, because real New Yorkers don't mess with him at all. We'll stick with our Jay-Z and our Biggie. Even though I'm on Spotify now, so...
Side note, I think New York has the best credibility in the rap game.
Oh, it does. Easily.
I mean, when you have the greatest rapper of all time.
And Nas?
Helps.
Yeah, I love Nas.
Than being clear.
I mean...
Give me Biggie over Tupac.
Biggie definitely over Tupac. I would definitely take Biggie over Tupac.
I'd take Nas over Tupac.
I was gonna say, yeah, Nas. Nas has a bit of a case for best rapper of all time next to Jay-Z, who are both New Yorkers.
Yeah, because like Nas has what is heralded as the greatest rap album of all time, or one of
them.
which is Illmatic, of course. Which it was aside from Kanye, because I'm so biased towards Kanye, probably the best rap album I've ever heard. It's like that, and probably like Good Kid, Mad City.
Good Kid, Mad City is like, for rap, you got to look at New York and L.A. Man, they just have the best talent in terms of rappers. Because like I've always been a big fan of Biggie and Jay-Z and Nas. I don't know about more recent rappers. I don't think they hold up to the standards as those guys. I know I'm starting to sound like a boomer, but
Yeah, but it's
true. It's true though. I'm sorry. I'm out here trying to. I'm out here sounding like an old head.
I mean, like, who reps New York in the rap game these days? 6ix9ine.
It's probably still Jay-Z, honestly.
Yeah, but Jay-Z
to
has
this day.
Well, okay, that's fair. I guess.
Because like Jay-Z is such a big name.
Yeah.
Like he's a billionaire. Probably one of the funniest memes of all time is around Jay-Z with the "Would you rather take $1 million or dinner with Jay-Z?"
Dinner with Jay-Z. That's pretty fucking funny.
That's one of my favorite memes of all time.
He's married to Beyonce.
He is married to Beyonce.
So there's definitely something
another,
about that.
one of the better artists of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's just such a big figure. He'll probably rep the New York rap game till he dies. Honestly, which, I mean, that's going to be a long time. Because, you gotta, if you want to wait for the end of the dynasty sign, it would seem like forever is a mighty long time.
It's a mighty long time.
Had to throw the Kanye reference in there. I mean, that was a J bar.
I mean, that's an all-time verse right there. That's an entire verse. Is just like,
that's crazy how Kanye snapped on two separate beats,
two songs on the same beat,
and then they are both comparable.
I mean, we talked about it in that episode where we gave our songs on our favorite songs on each Kanye album. I think the original is better than the one with Jay-Z.
I picked the one with Jay-Z just because that Jay-Z verse is like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even Kanye on Big Brother said on that Diamonds remix, I swore I spaz, and then my big brother came through and kicked my ass. Exactly. For I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman. Let me handle my business. Damn. Probably my favorite bar. Probably my favorite bar of all time.
The pressure's on, but guess who ain't going crack? Pardon me, I had to laugh at that. Come on, like that's fucking, that's hilarious,
bro. That man was not on planet Earth when he did that verse.
No, definitely not,
bro. Other than my money been longer than a NASCAR race, one of my favorite bars. That was my bio for a very long time.
Yeah, it was your bio for a long time.
That was my bio for a very long time. Was never true.
They don't need to know that.
Oh, they do now. They didn't need to, but now they know because I said it. My money been longer than a NASCAR race. Shout out Young Thug. So glad So Much Fun got the respect it deserved.
Man, I feel like all these things we're talking about have like they intertwine with things we have talked about.
That probably is going to happen a lot.
I like that though. I like the sense of continuity.
I love it though. That's probably the most low key referenceable Kanye bar. That's not even a bar.
No, there has to be so many.
We could probably spend a whole episode referencing Kanye bars. Just referencing Kanye bars. Like, nothing else.
That's just my daily vocabulary, honestly.
It's just Kanye bars.
Yeah.
You could probably go a whole day just referencing Kanye songs. Like, it's just in conversation. What?
People saying I want to fuck, but that did. It sounded funnier in my head.
He kind of cut out, so I didn't get it.
Oh, I said it's a part of my daily vocabulary that I say. I go around talking to saying I want to fuck you hard on the sink. but that's not.
Oh my god.
But that's not true. Again, it sounded
No.
funnier in my.
Bro, that's messed up. Can't say that. Ian, redact that. Don't actually, it's fine. That'd be a pain in the ass.
I want it redacted you hard on the redacted.
There you go.
Now that could be interpreted in some very bad ways.
Bro, that might even be worse. If that's the thing, like if you censor something, it sounds worse than it might actually have been.
That's what my philosophy is.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever had the censor button hit, or I've told Ian to censor anything in the show, but maybe one day, we'll see. I don't know how wild we plan on getting on this show. I mean, we've already been doing this 12 weeks.
That's a quarter of 48, which if you add 4 to 48, it's 52, which is a year.
There you go, Ross. We're almost halfway to halfway. We're almost halfway to almost halfway, actually. So, there you go.
Congratulations, I guess.
You know, you've been here too.
Pat myself on the back, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
I say as I pat myself on the back.
Yeah. I'm not going to pat myself on the back. But, Roz, I have a question to ask you.
Please ask away.
How you doing, bro? How's life on campus?
It's pretty average, I'd say.
Pretty average.
Well, in what aspect?
Well, like, where have you? What's your favorite food spot?
Well, my two favorite places to eat are both 5-minute walks away from me, which are Chick-fil-A and Five Guys.
Okay, hold on a sec. I apologize, bro. My computer, for everyone listening, definitely heard that my computer just said sup, your package got here, even though I knew that already. So that was really rude. Everyone slander my computer in the comments, thanks.
Bad computer.
But Five Guys, we've talked about that. Five Guys and Chick-fil-A are like top tier food restaurants. Top tier restaurants.
Yeah, and they're both super close to me. Like,
yeah.
I have a lot of great food places. Very, very.
That sounds,
close
bro. I might have to pull up because
please do.
Bro, you want to do this a lot? You want to do a live show in the auditorium?
Dude, I'd be the auditorium, like where the basketball team plays.
Wouldn't that be a gymnasium, Roz?
Well, it's a center technically. It's the Siegel Center, but yeah, there are a lot of great places close by. Five Guys, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell. There's no McDonald's.
That's fine. That ain't no problem.
But my favorite spot on campus is this place called it's called Hibachi Box.
This is better than like the Five Guys and Chick-fil-A.
No, but you can get Five Guys and Chick-fil-A back at home.
Right.
You could get Five Guys and Chick-fil-A in fucking Wyoming. This is.
I don't know about that, but maybe
this is like a local joint. As my fellow District of Columbia residents would say, it's a jaunt.
It's a jaunt.
And so basically it's kind of like Japanese Chipotle, but like not really.
Japanese Chipotle.
It's not like a poke bowl. It's like basically it's like every bowl it's a huge serving size. Like it lasts you 2 meals. That like if you finish it in one sitting, you're a fucking like. Do you remember that time we talked about fast food and you were like, if anyone can finish a cheeseburger, a medium fries, and a drink from Five Guys, like I'll pay you money.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is more than that.
It's more than that.
Yeah, it's such a big serving size. It's like $10, so it's really worth it. But everything comes with rice, noodles, grilled onions, zucchini, and mushrooms. And you get to choose what meat you want on top, or you can choose to have one of those pre-existing things removed and like add more of another things. Like I usually add like double noodles because I'm a noodles type of guy. And you get to add like meat and sauces and stuff like that, and then you get it, and it's just remarkable. It's like ridiculously great, like so good. But
that's a local place, or
yeah,
okay,
it is.
Did you speak? You mentioned McDonald's. Did you see the new thing they came out with? I actually wanted to try it. The spicy barbecue chicken tenders.
No, I haven't been to McDonald's in like.
I've been seeing ads about it. I wanted to try it. I might at some point.
Oh, I feel like that it does ring a bell in terms of ads. You said it's spicy barbecue.
Something
nuggets?
like that. No, it's not nuggets. It's tenders. Very different.
I could just go to Chick-fil-A and get some spicy.
That's true. I still haven't been to Wendy's. I don't have a Wendy's near me, so I haven't gotten any of the spicy nuggets at all. I have been deprived.
There's a Wendy's like 10 minutes away.
Yeah,
driving.
You have five guys in Chick-fil-A though, so it's like you're set.
Yeah,
you're set on campus.
The Chick-fil-A isn't like great quality because it's like a Chick-fil-A Express, and they have to deal with like so many fucking ridiculous college kids. You know, it's like what you'd expect. But the Five Guys is like it's on campus, but it's not affiliated with the school, which means they can like proceed normally.
So that's actually like an actual Five Guys.
Yes,
not an on campus. Okay, so the Five Guys is probably better.
It is like on campus though. Like it's probably closer to me than Chick-fil-A is.
Yeah, but it's not like a campus run.
Yeah, precisely. It's not affiliated with the school.
Okay, so it's probably better then.
Yeah. Other aspects of campus life. I mean, if I'm keeping it a buck with you, I spend all day Saturday and all day Sunday watching football.
Which you could do at home.
Yes, but
not a party heroes?
I mean I am if given the chance, but I have priorities.
which is gambling on football games.
Yeah, which is losing money on teams not being able to do things. I like how I'm putting my money in the hands of other 19-year-old kids, you know, who are just like doing like a hobby, you know. Yeah,
that's how it be. I definitely next time we're on IWH, which will probably be in about a month, for Ohio State, Wisconsin.
Yeah,
I definitely want some gambling stories.
Oh, I'll have a lot.
I've heard most of them because I've known you since you started gambling. You only started gambling like 20 days ago.
Well, legally,
not even 19 as when we're recording this anyway.
Legally.
Hey, we're not talking about anything that happened before you turned 18 years of age in terms of gambling. None of that happened.
In terms of anything, I'm like, what about?
No, redacted. Ian cut that out. Man, Ian's got a lot to cut out this week, huh? I guess if he doesn't.
Ian's not actually gonna cut
No, he probably's not gonna. No, don't actually cut that out.
Yeah, if you cut it out, I will ban you from the stream.
What? The stream? This isn't streamed.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's not live. Although, I do see a lot of people go that route with trying to do a podcast, but we don't do it that way. I don't like doing it that way. I'd rather do it this way, where it's like edited and recorded and out on streaming services.
I kind of like both.
I don't mind both. It's just my thing with it being live streamed is like you have to, most of the time for most people, you have to either be there or catch the highlights that someone makes afterwards.
But if we ever have like a big link up ting, you know?
A big link up ting.
We gotta do it live.
Alright. Bill, what's his last name?
Big Shot?
No, the guy who said fuck it, we'll do it live.
Oh, Bill O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly, yeah, fuck it, we'll do it live.
Fuck it! We'll do it live! Fuck.
That's the first. He was in the first epic rap battle history.
Damn thing sucks.
Not him, but you know.
Yeah, it was Bill O'Reilly versus John Lennon.
Yep. They still do them, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I watched the one they released yesterday.
There was one yesterday?
They released Mother Teresa versus Sigmund Freud, and it was actually really good.
They're still really not bad. They're honestly not bad.
They've never regressed. Like
they're still like you could go watch the old ones, and they're still like they're still funny. The bars are still good.
They're past their prime, but they're still really good.
They're still decent.
Like
LeBron James.
Not a sports podcast, Rosa.
Not a sport, Roz.
Restrict yourself.
I remember when we started this out and like announced that we were starting it out. I remember someone says, "Oh my god, we're gonna get live Raza curse voice clips." Unfortunately, I did say you can't curse life. He has cursed life a couple times. Yeah. Don't underestimate the power of Raza.
Strikes. I had a curse. On Twitter.
You cut out there. I don't really didn't catch that one.
Sorry, I had a curse yesterday on Twitter.
What'd you curse?
I cursed the fact that your Giants would lose.
Oh, I thought you cursed something else.
No, I don't remember the last time I cursed life though. Like, actually,
you cursed the. I remember I put it in the thread of the Thor curse.
That's pretty fucking funny.
That's one of my favorite ones. Like, that is one of my favorite ones.
I don't know how much that counts, but it's pretty fucking hilarious.
That's probably one of my favorite Raza curses I have in that thread. Is the one with Thor. I hate the fact that they didn't even use that shot in the movie. Made it so much funnier. That really pisses me off. When I saw
they didn't use the shot, and of course he's fat. Like,
okay, bro, he found himself at the end, and the problem wasn't he was fat.
No, there's not a problem with him being fat. It's just like they didn't use the shot, and Thor was only like that in the movie for the first 20 seconds. And after he cuts off Thanos' head, he's just like, it's time for beer.
That's kind of messed up of the production company that made the trailers. None of them included fat Thor in them.
No, but that's a good thing. All the major surprises very well kept, and I'm very happy about it.
That was true. It was well kept. The only problem was the LaShawn McCoy tweet.
Okay, but I watched the movie the night before, so I had no problem with that. All right, but let me tell you this. So and anyone who listens knows that I've dedicated a very large part of my life to the Marvel Universe as a whole, not just the MCU, but also specifically the MCU in the last few years. So I know everything about everything. And in one of the trailers, there's a brief shot of Tony Stark and Captain America. And it has a very similar background and look and color palette to Avengers 1. And after seeing that shot for 2 seconds in the trailer, I told my friend, I'm like, so they're going back to the Battle of New York. And they're like, that doesn't even make fucking sense. That they can't time travel or anything like that. And I was like, no, it's the exact same color palette. It looks like New York, and it looks like Avengers 1. So they're going back to the events of Avengers 1. And he was like, yeah, you're smoking crack. Then we go and see the movie
and
together.
That's exactly what happened.
And that's exactly what happens. And I'm like, am I still smoking crack, bro?
Yeah, I hope you said that loud as hell in the theater.
Yeah.
In front of everybody.
No, everyone was too busy cheering and losing their mind. That's what an amazing theater experience. I really hope everyone got the chance to experience that movie in a theater full of packed.
Yeah, I did. That was the last to this day. Still, I haven't been back to the theater since Avengers Endgame.
You didn't see Spider-Man?
No, I never saw it in theaters. I still haven't seen it actually.
Neither have I. But I'm definitely gonna go see the Joker in 2 weeks.
I might go see the Joker.
My only problem with that My only problem with that is it comes out the weekend that I am visiting Columbus, Ohio. So I won't have time necessarily that weekend.
Maybe the next weekend,
So
though.
I'd have to go the following week.
I
So hopefully it doesn't
definitely,
get spoiled.
I definitely want to see the Joker, bro. I don't know, what is there to spoil about the Joker?
Anything, dude. They could anything and everything. You never know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I could log on Twitter and LaShawn McCoy could be like, "Rip my dog, Joker." I still can't believe LaShawn McCoy went out.
He really just didn't care.
Dude, I saw it and I only knew like a few other people who had actually seen the movie aside from myself. So when it got tweeted, I was just like, "Oh my god, I really hope no one sees this."
I remember.
And also, I'm not going to quote it because that would make people see it. So, like, I'm just going to let it be.
I remember you tweeted, "Don't look at LaShawn McCoy's Twitter."
Yeah, but then, like, after he tweets it, like, the floodgates of Twitter open, and everyone is just, like, simultaneously on the timeline, like, losing their minds. And I'm like, I feel so bad for
I actually saw it. I saw it that night. I didn't see the tweet until after the movie was over.
That's very fortunate.
But it was tweeted. I remember I went to dinner before, and it got tweeted during that time. But I wasn't on Twitter and wasn't looking at my phone, so I didn't see it. And then I went and saw the movie. Like, damn, okay. Then I looked at the timeline and saw he tweeted that.
Yeah,
it was like the day after release day, right? Like when he tweeted.
It was release day. It was that Friday.
Oh, it was release day.
Previous Thursday.
You saw it at like midnight Thursday.
Well, it was 6 p.m. Thursday. April 25th, 2009.
Do you remember the day?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see? I never saw the extended version. You did though? Jeez.
Once.
You're dedicated, man. Extremely.
Next weekend, and then for a fifth time when I came back from Europe, and they were showing the extended. So, and also countless other times on Chinese pirated websites.
Whoa, bro. Redact that, Ian. Cut that out.
And then I bought the movie the second it was released because I pre-ordered it.
You bought a digital copy, or is it physical?
Yeah. No, who buys physical copies of anything in 20?
I don't know. I feel like if I was attached to something that much, I would buy a physical copy.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing. Like, if I were to get like the movie in Blu-ray, it's like my Blu-ray player is technically my Xbox. I wouldn't even get it.
Like, I would get the digital and physical. I just play it with digital, and just have the disc as like just to have it. There's like the box art and stuff, you know.
Yeah, I feel you.
But
it was a good day. That was a good night. It was also draft night.
Yeah, that's when you got Haskins.
I was really scared I was going to miss the Redskins pick. But when I got to the theater, I think like the 9th or 10th pick had just been made, so it was just before the Redskins. And then I was driving home listening to the draft on the radio, and because you know how like picks get tweeted out before they actually happen. So yeah. I was driving, so I had no way of knowing. So I was driving home, and when I was listening on the radio, when it happened, scream. I already had no voice. I was still kind of in tears because I was crying for a solid 45 minutes at the end of that movie. Like, a lot of crying happened that night.
Yeah, a lot of crying's going to happen with Haskins' career, too, unfortunately.
Wow. Wow. You know what? I think this is a good time to segue before I get hit. Before I get too mad at you.
We'll save that. We'll save that for IWH in a month. He'll probably be playing by then. Our teams actually play this weekend, so.
Oh yeah.
We'll see. I don't think Haskins is going to play, but we'll see. So the last thing, we kind of just made this one up on the spot before we were recording. We wanted to try and do impressions.
We're Dave Chappelling it.
Yeah, we're just Dave Chappelling it at this point. So Roz, I want you to impersonate. How about we go for Jay-Z? Try to impersonate Jay-Z.
That's hard because that's hard. You know who does a great Jay-Z? This dude named
Oh,
Jay Farrow.
Jay Farrow.
So if you want to Google that after the show, please be free to do so, because that's a hell of an impression. That's like he does a great impression. He gets like the laugh down. He goes like he's like cheer, like stuff like that. Like all the Jay-Z isms, he just nails it down. But that's a tough impression. I mean, like,
I just don't think about it. Just do it.
what do you want me to say? I mean,
That's up to you. You can say whatever you want.
I don't think I can.
I think you.
It's like,
At least.
how about you give it a shot, and then I'll get
Jay-Z?
See, it's hard. It's really.
I'm
it's
trying to think of what I should
different.
say. Like, I don't know how to. That voice is just so, like, particular. You know? Like, I don't think anyone else in the world has that voice.
And it's also something I haven't like heard enough.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's a lie. But like,
well, we've heard him rap and sing. I don't know about talk.
Exactly. Like that's the thing. Like I could probably do Kanye because I've heard Kanye speak so many times, but I rarely hear Jay-Z like talk.
All right, how about we skip that one? How about you do Kanye then? We'll skip Jay-Z. How about you do Kanye?
You got to give me something specific because like I know specific Kanye stuff, like that BBC interview.
I was hoping you would come up with something just to say, but how about you do
So I could probably do that BBC interview.
How about just
Terribly.
how about the Lady Gaga part?
This is gonna be a great soundbite. It's like I have to compose myself. He's like, it's this right here. If you can communicate this product, you can make money off the product. Because look at Gaga. She's the creative director of Polaroid. I like some of the Gaga songs. What the fuck does she know about cameras?
It sounded like if Kanye was white.
But I'm not. What?
That's what it sounded like.
But my favorite part of that interview is when he goes, when someone comes up and says, I am a god.
That's the best part. Definitely.
People are like, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god.
That's the best part.
I just told you. That's who I think I am. I love that.
That's the best part. For sure.
All right, what about you? You give me your Kanye.
My Kanye? Do you want me to do the same part?
You could do anything you want.
I think I'm going to do the same part because that's one of my favorite sound bites.
Just for comparison.
If you can communicate the product, you can make money off the product. Because look at Gaga. She's the creative director of Polaroid. I like some of the Gaga songs. What the fuck does she know about cameras?
Oh, that was good.
That was good. Ian, if you want to... never mind.
That sounded like if Kanye was white.
Well... yeah. Ian, I would have told Ian to throw up the original for comparison, but that's a pretty long clip. You can if you want, Ian. If you want to, actually earn your stripes, go ahead. But if you don't,
you already earn your stripes, King. I love you. Mwah.
That Roz.
Yeah. What? I'm not allowed to show love to our teammates.
Teammate.
Yeah.
Staff member.
Yeah, playing a big role, a big enough role.
All right. So, Roz.
I will never underappreciate you, King. I respect you for everything that you do for the company.
What do you want me to do, Roz? It's your turn.
I like a Morgan Freeman.
Oh,
I
God.
love when people try and do Morgan Freeman.
Oh, you're just trying to embarrass me, huh? You're just trying to make me look bad.
Because the thing is that all these voices are so specific.
It's so particular. How about I'll do Morgan Freeman.
Morgan, like think about Morgan Freeman in The Dark Knight. Like, can you remember any of his lines in The Dark Knight?
I was going to say, if you want me to do Morgan Freeman, you got to give me something to say.
Like, there's that line in The Dark Knight where he's talking to Coleman Reese, and he's like, when he's trying to
when he finds the design for the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I
And
don't.
he's like,
Those. That's not really like a memorable.
your plan is to frame this billionaire as some vigilante who spends his
That-
nights beating criminals.
that does not sound like Morgan Freeman. Man.
And your plan is to frame this man? Good luck.
Wasn't it threatened?
I don't fucking remember, dog.
That's not
Eleven.
like a memorable scene.
What about, okay, speaking of The Dark Knight, what about like Michael Alfred? Because that's a great
Alfred
accent right there.
Okay.
No, he's like, some men.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Watch the world burn.
Yeah.
So good. I can't do it because, like, if I was British, I'd be able to.
Well, yeah,
It's
no
hard-
shit.
It's hard to do the British accent and also like the specific accent from England, which is like it's what they call a Cockney accent. It's like northwestern England.
So, who do you want me to do, Ross? That or Morgan Freeman?
Either you could.
Either. How about I do
man,
one
can
and then
ignore
you
me
do?
for all I care.
How about you do? You do the other one that I don't do.
I just gave you both.
Okay, fine. I'll do the. Oh my god,
I
both.
just told you who I thought of.
Why'd you have to screech like that?
I don't know. It came out louder than I thought it would.
Okay, I'll try to do because Morgan Freeman's impossible. You
I
know
don't
what?
think
Maybe
that's
it's
true.
not.
Dude, Frank Caliendo does a fucking phenomenal.
How do you know all these people?
Well, I
You
know
know all
Frank
these
Caliendo
impersonators.
Well, I know Frank Caliendo because he's a very famous impersonator. I know he was on Hard Knocks this
Okay.
season. So
I'll try. I don't know what to say. How would I do the Alfred line in Morgan Freeman's voice?
we have to go deeper.
No, not that one. I thought you were gonna say we're gonna need a bigger boat.
Where we're going, we don't need boats.
Alright, I'm gonna try it. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm trying to like think of how I can get my voice to that. This is hard. So I have to. I'm gonna do this. That the some men just want to watch the world burn line, but in Morgan Freeman's voice.
This is gonna be terrible.
This is gonna be so bad. All right, some men just want to watch the world burn. That was really bad. That was pathetic. I just gave up mid sentence. I just couldn't do it.
That was pretty fucking bad.
That was pathetic. That was a bad effort. I'm not gonna lie. That was a really bad effort.
Could you do Bane?
No,
I think
God,
Bane-
no. Although, if I had a Pringles can, maybe.
I think Bane's kind of easy. You could just be like, "So you've come back to die with your city."
That's not bad. You don't have. You have a microphone though. Like you have a headset mic. I don't have a headset mic, so I can't just
What
like.
does that have to do with anything?
Because I can't just like grab the mic and just like put it close up to my mouth and do that. Or
Oh, I didn't. I just covered up my mouth like this. You know?
All right.
Which
How-
will break first, your will or your body? You know.
It's not bad. If I wanted to do a Bane, I normally do it with a Pringles can though.
If I take that off, will you die? It would be extremely painful.
All right, stop doing Bane lines. I want to hear you try to do the SpongeBob laugh.
No, I can't. My voice is too deep. Sorry.
What? Yes, you can.
No, my fragile masculinity says no.
I'm fragile. Did you hear how bad I just did Morgan Freeman? You can attempt this.
I just can't get that loud. You have to be really loud. It's like,
Just hit. You gotta hit your throat.
You know I love doing Mr. Krabs though, where I'm like SpongeBob me boy with fucking heroin needle.
Whoa, bro. What? What the?
So funny. You know that meme? It's like SpongeBob.
Yes,
me boy.
SpongeBob me boy. Where's me?
fucking perk?
Yeah, I was just gonna reference that one. Where's me fucking perk 30?
It's so funny.
I want to hear you try to do SpongeBob laugh.
No.
Oh God! You gotta hit your throat. You gotta like do the. You gotta chop your throat while you do it.
Ugh. I just chopped my throat.
Ah, I can't get it.
Nah, I can't do it.
Bro, I don't know how he does that.
Cartoon voiceover people are very impressive. Like, shout out Mark Hamill, my favorite cartoon voice of all time. Also, Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker.
And he was also he was the voice of the Joker in many like animated films. And so, while other people associate the Joker with Heath Ledger, I've always associated the Joker with Mark Hamill.
He's probably the best animated voice Joker.
Well, it's not many to choose from and all.
That's true. That is true. All right, how about I want to hear your Mr. Krabs then.
Oh, dude, that's a hard accent to like pinpoint.
How about his laugh?
Dude, SpongeBob is filled with too many iconic voices.
I know, right? The Squidward's kind of easy. You just plug your nose.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know how that sounded to everyone
Patrick
else.
used to sound like a fucking
Dumbass.
redacted.
Bro. God damn.
You could feel anything in there.
Ian, make us look better than we are in post, thanks.
I look fantastic.
Ian, make us look good at this in post.
I don't know about you, but I'm pretty good looking.
Bro, that wasn't the point. Alright, bro. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Professional Podcast. I didn't forget the Would You Rather. I don't know if we're going to do it, though.
I'm down.
I have a Would
We've
You
gone
Rather.
too long without doing a Would You Rather.
It's been a week. And the week before, we did a whole segment. I remember that.
That's too long.
So,
We
Roz...
must uphold our standards.
Yeah, we've messed up our morals. Roz, would you rather do another voice or end the episode?
Is that really your fucking Would You Rather?
Well, yeah. That's it.
Honestly, I'd rather do another voice.
Alright, well, we could do one more voice then.
I could be better. You know the voice I love doing, but I don't know if we can do it on the show.
What voice is it?
The one I was doing before we started.
Oh, never mind. No, not that one.
We could do something else. I mean, I'm trying to think what other voices I'm kind of good at. You know what's another very hard one?
What?
Jack Sparrow.
Oh, man. That is a hard one.
That's really hard.
You wanna...
Okay, but you give me one more.
How about Ian?
You want me to impersonate Ian? That's easy. All right. Let me just.
Are you into the IWH intro?
Yep. I am. I need to grow out a beard real quick. Put on some muscle.
Move to the Alps. Live in a cave.
Live in Farmville.
Live in Farmville. Okay.
All right. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You can if you want.
All right. How specifically does he say hello, or just welcome back, or?
It's welcome back.
All right. All right. It's not so much about the voice as it is about the mannerisms and the way he goes about saying things.
This is a tone.
So it's like, welcome back to another episode of I'm Walking Here. I'm your resident masshole, Ian Cusick, joined as always by my good friend, the New York Bryce Holds. Bryce, how you doing today? You know, like you have to nail the specific things that he says, like in the specific way that he says those specific. But you've heard it for 55 weeks.
More than that, we're at 50. This is week 59.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
it would go. Oh, let me think. I want to map it out in my head before I do it.
This is what 12 weeks of show have built up.
This is everything anyone's ever been waiting for the last 12 weeks. 11 really, but whatever. Welcome to another episode of I'm Walking Here. I'm your resident masshole, as always, Ian Cusick, joined by my good friend, the New Yorker, Bryce Olds. Bryce, how you doing tonight, man?
He does that. He's like,
yeah, he hangs on my name a little.
And then you just go,
what is life?
Wait. You're like, how am I supposed to answer that question?
Yeah, I do that all the time. Oh man. Well, thanks for listening to episode 12 of the Pro Pod Show. Yes. If you would like to follow us on Twitter, you can follow me at itsbriz, ITSBRIZZ. You follow Raza at RazaU_. Follow the show at Pro Pod Show. And subscribe to our YouTube, low key, like unless. Only if you want to.
Yeah, but like.
Only if you want to, though. But like, what if you did? All right, enough of the unless jokes. We'll see y'all next week for the Unlucky 13. See ya.